Legendary Baeksang moment. Ye-jin and YoonA in one frame leave everyone breathless. Imagine a red carpet where the flashbulbs don't just capture glamour, but freeze a silent conversation between two women whose mere proximity sends ripples through an entire industry. Could one shared smile redefine the boundaries of stardom in Korean entertainment? In the glittering chaos of the 53rd Baeksang Arts Awards on May 3, 2017, held at the COEX Convention Center in Seoul, the air hummed with anticipation as Korea's elite converged to honor excellence in film and television. Among the sea of tailored gowns and sharp tuxedos, a moment unfolded that would linger in the collective memory of fans and media alike. Ye-jin, the poised veteran actress whose career had already etched her name into the annals of Korean cinema, and YoonA, the radiant, nation's fairy tale girl from Girls' Generation, stepping onto the red carpet mere moments apart. Flanked by rising star Kim Tae-ri and the ever-charismatic Lee Byung-hun, the two women, Ye-jin in a sleek emerald green gown that accentuated her timeless elegance, and YoonA in a delicate off-shoulder pastel number that evoked youthful whimsy, exchanged a knowing glance as cameras swiveled like hawks. It wasn't a scripted pose or a forced wave. It was an effortless alignment of orbits. Two luminaries orbiting the same spotlight. Media outlets like Koreaboo later dissected the footage, noting how YoonA's eyes widened ever so slightly upon spotting Ye-jin, a flicker of admiration that spoke volumes about the unspoken hierarchies of the industry. Fans, poring over grainy clips on YouTube and Twitter, now X, erupted in a frenzy of screenshots and GIFs, dubbing it the gaze that stopped time. What struck me most in revisiting those frames was the quiet power in that exchange. A reminder that even at the pinnacle of fame, genuine recognition from a peer can feel like the truest award, evoking a warm nostalgia for the camaraderie that underpins Hollywood's glossiest facades. This wasn't their first brush with shared stardom, nor would it be the last, but it crystallized a friendship that had been simmering since their paths first crossed in the mid-2010s. Flashback to December 7, 2016, at the Women in Film Korea Awards, a more intimate affair celebrating female trailblazers in the arts. Held at a cozy venue in Gangnam, the event drew a crowd of actresses and directors who, in a rare breather from the male-dominated awards circuit, could let their guards down. Ye-jin, fresh off the critical acclaim for her role in the historical drama The Last Princess, a film that would soon net her the Best Actress nod at Baeksang, arrived with that signature poise, her bob haircut framing a face that had graced screens since her debut in 2000's Secret Tears. YoonA, then 26, and riding the wave of her post-Idol acting pivot with The King in Love, brought her infectious energy, her long waves cascading like a nod to her K-pop roots. Photos from the night capture them side by side during the group shots, Ye-jin's subtle smile contrasting YoonA's beaming grin, as if the elder was imparting a lesson in understated confidence. Dispatch and other tabloids buzzed the next day with headlines like, "Idol meets icon, YoonA and Ye-jin's sisterly vibes," while fan forums on Soompi overflowed with threads analyzing their body language, how YoonA leaned in just a fraction, absorbing the aura of someone who'd navigated scandals and spotlights for nearly 2 decades. It's moments like these that make me reflect on the fragility of celebrity bonds. In an industry where alliances shift like sand, their easy rapport felt like a beacon, stirring a profound sense of envy for that effortless sisterhood we all crave in our own circles. As spring bloomed into October 2017, their orbits aligned once more at the aftermath of the Busan International Film Festival, BIF, Asia's premier cinematic showcase that draws global tastemakers to the coastal city. The festival proper, from October 12th to 15, featured premieres of boundary-pushing films. But it was the star-studded after-parties, those off-the-record soirees in seaside hotels, where real connections ignite. Son Ye-jin, promoting The Merciless alongside her then-rumored beau Hyun-bin, mingled with directors like Park Chan-wook, her laughter cutting through the murmur of deal-making chatter. Enter YoonA, attending as both an SNSD representative and for her burgeoning acting portfolio, her presence a bridge between pop and prestige. Eyewitness accounts from Allkpop and fan accounts on Instagram described a candid huddle, the two chatting animatedly over glasses of soju, Ye-jin gesturing animatedly about script readings while YoonA nodded, her eyes alight with that wide-eyed curiosity that endears her to millions. Media reaction was swift and saccharine. Joy News 24 ran a piece titled, "From Stage to Screen, YoonA's Admiration for Sunbae Son Ye-jin," quoting insiders who noted how YoonA sought Ye-jin's advice on transitioning from idle choreography to dramatic monologues. Fans, ever the romantics, flooded Pinterest with mood boards of Ye-yoon aesthetics, blending Ye-jin's classic film noir vibes with YoonA's bubblegum pop palette. Personally, scrolling through those archived tweets years later fills me with a bittersweet ache. It's a testament to how these fleeting encounters can forge lifelong allies, making the isolation of fame feel a little less daunting, like finding an unexpected ally in a crowded room. Fast forward to 2018, and their bond deepened beyond red carpets into the realm of personal milestones. On April 22nd, Koreaboo revisited Baeksang footage from the prior year, but the real story was unfolding off-camera. YoonA joined Ye-jin alongside actresses Lee Jung-hyun and Ji-won for a low-key celebration of The Last Princess's box office triumph. Held at a private noraebang karaoke room in Itaewon, the gathering, leaked via blurry fan cams on Naver blogs, showed the quartet belting out trot classics, Ye-jin's rich alto harmonizing with YoonA's surprisingly soulful timbre. Variety Korea praised it as a night of unfiltered joy, highlighting how Ye-jin, often typecast as the stoic romantic lead, let loose in ways that humanized her icon status. Fan reactions poured in via Weverse and VLive comments, with one viral post reading, "Seeing Uni Ye-jin giggle like that because of YoonA? My heart is melting. Proof that idols and actresses are just girls at heart." This slice-of-life intimacy resonated deeply with me. In a K-ent landscape rife with calculated personas, such unguarded laughter feels revolutionary. A gentle rebellion against the perfection we demand from our stars, reminding us that vulnerability is the glue of true friendship. By 2022, their connection had evolved into something familial, culminating at one of the decade's most watched weddings, Hyun-bin and Son Ye-jin's intimate ceremony on March 31st at the Shinhwa World Villa in Jeju Island. Amid a guest list boasting heavyweights like Jung Dong-gun, Ko So-young, and Jung Hae-in, YoonA's attendance stood out as a poignant nod to Ye-jin's collector status, an affectionate moniker fans coined for her knack of befriending multiple YoonAs, from actress YoonA Park to YoonA herself. Dressed in a soft lavender sheath that complemented the ocean backdrop, YoonA was spotted in dispatch photos wiping a tear during the vows, her arm linked with Ji-won's in a show of collective sisterhood. Media frenzy ensued. OSN's coverage gushed. YoonA's emotional presence at Binjin wedding, a friendship sealed in tears. While global outlets like Soompi translated fan tweets into English, amplifying the moment for international audiences. On Reddit's r/Kdramas, threads exploded with speculation. YoonA crying? That's peak bestie energy. Imagine the pre-wedding pep talks. Reflecting on those images now, I can't help but feel a swell of warmth. Weddings in the spotlight often feel performative, but YoonA's genuine emotion pierced through, evoking that rare joy of witnessing love, not just romantic, but platonic and profound, like roots intertwining beneath the surface. The year 2025 brought their support full circle, transforming gestures of solidarity into viral spectacles that underscored their enduring relevance. On April 29th, as Son Ye-jin wrapped principal photography for the highly anticipated K-drama Scandal, a tale of corporate intrigue and forbidden romance helmed by director Lee Myung-woo. YoonA dispatched a coffee truck to the set in Yeouido. Adorned with Ye-jin's ethereal close-ups and a banner proclaiming, "How charming will Lady Jo, played by Ye-jin YoonA be?" To the Scandal team, refresh and power through. The truck became an instant Instagram sensation. Ye-jin, ever gracious, posted a snapshot on her channel with a simple, "Thank you, YoonA," laced with heart emojis, racking up 2.3 million likes in hours. Allkpop and Times Now dissected the outpouring. Fans clamored for a Ye-yoon buddy cop drama, with comments like, "2025 and they're still goals, cast them as rival spies," from Twitter users. Just months later, in July, Ye-jin reciprocated with a food truck for YoonA's promotional tour of No Other Choice, her Oscar-submitted thriller about moral dilemmas in wartime espionage. The truck's punny sign, "Uni is the best choice, no other," drew chuckles across Naver, with YoonA's grateful IG story fueling speculation of an on-screen reunion. These acts of kindness, in my view, transcend mere PR. They pulse with the quiet heroism of showing up for each other amid grueling schedules, stirring a hopeful optimism that in the churn of trends, some bonds only strengthen, like fine wine aged in the cellars of shared secrets. Delving deeper into the allure of their dynamic reveals a fascinating contrast that captivates observers. Son Ye-jin as the veteran actress, a pillar of gravitas honed over 25 years, versus YoonA as the national idol, a whirlwind of accessibility and evolution. Ye-jin's trajectory began humbly in 1999 as a model, exploding with Delicious Proposal in 2005, where her portrayal of a no-nonsense food critic blended vulnerability and steel, earning her the Blue Dragon Film Award for Best New Actress at just 23, a feat that marked her as a prodigy. By 2017, she'd amassed a Baeksang Grand Prize for TV, Something in the Rain, and navigated high-profile romances with the scrutiny of 1,000 paparazzi, emerging as a symbol of resilient femininity. Her roles, from the tragic lover in April Snow to the fierce operative in Crash Landing on You, embody a depth that demands emotional excavation, often leaving audiences in reflective silence. YoonA, debuting with SNSD G in 2009, a track that sold over 100,000 copies in its first week and cemented her as the group's visual centerpiece, embodied the Hallyu Wave's bubbly optimism. Yet her acting pivot, starting with Cinderella Man in 2009 and peaking with Love Rain opposite YoonA's co-star Hyun Bin in 2012, showcased a chameleon-like adaptability. By 2025, with Bon Appetit Your Majesty topping Netflix charts globally, boasting 15 million hours viewed in its premiere week per Nielsen data, she'd transcended idol labels, her performances in Big Mouth earning a Baeksang nomination for Best Actress in 2023. Media analyses, like those in the Korea Herald, often frame this duality. Ye-jin's gilded maturity versus YoonA's effervescent reinvention, a yin-yang that, when juxtaposed, creates electric tension. Fans devour this narrative. On TikTok, edits layering Ye-jin's The Classic OST over YoonA's dance clips garner millions of views, with captions like, "From throne to screen, queens colliding." It leaves me pondering the poetry of their pairing. How Ye-jin's seasoned wisdom tempers YoonA's fiery ascent, mirroring the industry's own evolution from idol factories to auteur-driven tales, and igniting a quiet admiration for women who uplift rather than overshadow. The media's fixation on these encounters isn't mere sensationalism. It's a mirror to KN's cultural pulse, where cross-generational alliances challenge the rigid Soompi senior-junior etiquette. Take the 2017 Baeksang clip, recirculated in 2018 by Koreaboo. YoonA's starstruck stare at seated Ye-jin during the ceremony, mid-applause for a winner, went viral anew, amassing 500,000 views on YouTube within days. Outlets like El Korea opined, "In YoonA's gaze lies the aspiration of every aspiring actress, an unspoken mentorship that defies age gaps." Fan reactions amplified this. DC Inside galleries overflowed with protective Uni memes, portraying Ye-jin as a shield for YoonA against tabloid trolls, while international forums on My Drama List rated their chemistry a hypothetical 9.8 out of 10 for unmade projects. Similarly, the 2025 coffee truck saga sparked a wave of think pieces. Hank Yore noted how such gestures democratized support, contrasting with the era's burnout scandals. One poignant fan letter shared on Pan Nate read, "Ye-jin YoonA's smile when she saw the truck? That's the kindness we need more of. Raw, unfiltered, healing." These responses evoke in me a profound gratitude. In an age of filtered facades, their authenticity cuts through like sunlight, fostering a communal sigh of relief that, yes, even icons bleed humanity, and in that shared vulnerability lies the real magic. Yet, beneath the euphoria lies a subtle undercurrent of contrast that enriches their story. The Gao Koi, seasoned, versus the Kwuk Dun, beloved everyman. Son Ye-jin's resume reads like a cinematic Bible. Over 40 films, including blockbusters like April Snow, 2005, grossing 4.2 billion Krismaran, and TV juggernauts like Stairway to Heaven, 2003, peaking at 45% ratings. Positioning her as the intellectual vanguard, her Baeksang wins, 5 to date, including the 2021 Grand Prize for Crash Landing on You, a testament to craft over charisma. She's the one who, in interviews with Vogue Korea 2023, muses on the loneliness of legacy. Her words laced with the weight of pioneering roles that shattered rom-com molds. YoonA, conversely, is the people's princess. Her idol era with SNSD, whose The Boys album sold 351,000 copies in 2011, forging a bond with fans through accessibility. Fan signs, V-Lives, and that perpetual deer-in-headlights charm. Her acting accolades, from the New Star Award at the 2012 KBS Drama Awards to Big Mouth's 2022 Popularity Vote win, highlight a populist appeal. Nielsen reports show her projects skew 60% female under 30 demographics, a far cry from Ye-jin's art house draw. This polarity fueled 2017 Biff chatter, per Jungong Ilbo archives. Reporters whispered of idol envy in YoonA's questions to Ye-jin about surviving the drought years. Fans bridged the gap creatively. AO3 fanfics imagining them as mentor-protege spies hit 10,000 kudos by 2024. While I find myself drawn to the harmony in their discord, it's like watching a symphony where the cello's depth anchors the violin's flight, a metaphor for how diverse paths converge to elevate the whole, leaving an indelible imprint of inspiration on anyone who's ever straddled worlds. Their joint appearances have also spotlighted broader industry shifts, from the 2016 Women in Film Awards, where discussions on gender parity echoed Me Too's nascent Korean wave, to the 2022 Wedding, a subtle rebuke to the no dating clauses that once hobbled idols like YoonA. At BIFF 2017, amid premieres like The Merciless, which earned Ye-jin a Blue Dragon nod, their post-event toast became fodder for feminist blogs like Media Today, praising how such friendships normalize women-centric networks in a nepotism-riddled field. Fan metrics underscore the impact. A 2025 Gallup poll cited celebrity BFFs like Ye-yoon as boosting positive perceptions of K-ent by 22% among Gen Z. Reciprocity shines in 2025's truck exchanges. Ye-jin's No Other Choice truck for YoonA, timed to its Cannes premiere, where it clinched the Un Certain Regard prize, verified by Festival Records, drew 1.5 million Weibo reposts, with Chinese fans dubbing them eternal sunbays. These ripples make me contemplative. In the echo chamber of social media, Their story isn't just entertainment. It's a blueprint for solidarity, evoking a quiet resolve to nurture our own connections amid life's relentless spotlight. As we trace their timeline, it's impossible not to marvel at the serendipity. From 2016's empowering gala, where Ye-jin mentored YoonA on owning the room, per a 2018 Star News interview, to 2018's karaoke catharsis, a pressure valve for Ye-jin's post-My Liberation Notes exhaustion. The 2022 wedding photos, leaked tastefully by Vogue, show YoonA toasting with "To Loves That Last," a line fans etched into merch. By 2025, with scandal teasing Ye-jin's return to scheming anti-heroines and YoonA's Bon Appetit sequel greenlit, per JTBC announcements, their support feels prophetic. Media like Dispatch chronicles this as the unbreaking thread, with fan art on DeviantArt exploding post trucks, over 5,000 pieces tagged #YeYoon2025. The contrast amplifies the charm. Ye-jin's deliberate pauses in pressers versus YoonA's stream of consciousness flives. Yet together, they harmonize into a narrative of mutual elevation. It stirs in me a wistful delight. These women, pillars apart, prove that true icons don't compete, they constellation, mapping a sky where every star shines brighter for the company. Envisioning future intersections. Perhaps a joint Baeksang 2026, where they present an award on female empowerment, fuels endless speculation. Past reactions, from 2017's Breathless Allkpop live tweets, Ye-jin and YoonA, the duo we didn't know we needed, to 2025's TikTok duets syncing their laughs, paint a legacy of joy. In this tapestry of triumphs and tender glances, their story whispers a universal truth. The most legendary moments aren't scripted. They're sparked in the space between two souls, leaving us all a little less alone in the audience.